are Leo truly about? And Leo, they are dominant. Dominance is a Leo trait. They like to dominate. They have this urge to be in charge, dominate, can't be dominated, have to dominate, have to feel like the boss. Or, this doesn't have to be, this could be in different types of scenarios. Don't get me wrong. This could be in a scenario where you're at work and, this Leo person, individual is, and it doesn't have to be aggressive either, by the way. This Leo individual is, kind of controlling things, running things in the way he gets things done, the way he, gets his way more than others, because he does things in a certain way that is more dominant than everybody else. Doesn't have to be just I'm in charge, blah 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 blah. They do have that type of characteristic where they can just, puff out their chest and say, do you know what, I'm not having it, or this is what I want to happen, and you're going to do it for me. They all do have that type of personality in them, but they can dominate in other ways. They do it. There's, some are a bit more charming with it. Some are a bit more smooth, know how to talk, or very nice, or or very like, just maybe a bit tricky, bit of a trickster with it. You know what I mean? But they all have to dominate. Dominance is their thing, definitely. And because of that dominance, they have major pride. This sign has a lot of pride in them. If their pride is hurt, they see themselves. You have to understand, Leos see themselves as kings and queens. Okay, they see themselves as the kings and queens. And if you try to like disrespect them or do something to hurt their pride, yeah, that's because they see themselves as this regal type of character. You understand? They don't see them like as just an average type of person. They see themselves as highly special or very special, and you need to treat them like that. And if you, squash their pride because they have big egos, they have big egos. So, that pride thing is just, if you step on their pride, they will, let you know what you've done. They're not going to hold back, because that's where their sensitivity lies. Some people think they're sensitive. They can be, but it's more of a pride thing. It's more about, what you did to them and how dare you do that to them. I'm telling you. And the big egos, obviously, they got big egos. The sun, Leo, rules the sun. And the sun is your ego, your personality. So they got big personalities, big egos. They, I'm not saying they're egotistical. I wouldn't go that far, but, they have big egos, and, you have to treat them right. They feel that you have to treat them right. You have no other option but to treat them right. Like I said, they see themselves as kings and queens. It's really, really that simple. But these guys are entertaining. So even though they got this pride and dominance and ego and all that stuff, they are quite entertaining. You do tend to like them. They are very likable people, usually. They do have this likability factor because of how entertaining they are and how exuberant and, fun they are. They're just fun. They can be very fun. They can be also very childlike, like in a childlike innocence. They have this nature where they can act like kids, and it's quite endearing as well. So this entertaining factor that Leo has is like all this pride and ego and dominance kind of like gets balanced out with how fun and childlike and entertaining they are. So it's a bit of a 50-50 type of thing, but they know how to also like, hold parties and host parties. And even if they're in a party themselves, they're going to be the type of people to just, kind of liven it up and kind of like they can kind of like their dominance kicks in again. They kind of like dominate in some ways. They kind of dominate, the area, the surroundings and stuff like that. They're very dominant. And, the key for them is sometimes because they sometimes they always feel like the child in some ways. They always feel like, especially in their younger ages, like in their early 20s and stuff like that, they always feel like, they don't see their own power. They don't see their own willpower, their own dominance. But their actual kind of life lesson in some ways is to realize that regal nature that they have, and that that king and queen status that they have. Because when they bring that in a balanced manner, that's when everybody loves them. That's when everybody loves them, because Leo rules the heart, remember? And so love is a big thing for them. Love is everything. They need love in their life. They need love, and they need to love what they're doing. They need to love their friends, their family members, whoever they're around. They need to have love for. If they don't have love for you, they do not want to be around you, or even see you, or even know that you exist. Love is everything for them. And yeah, this is a type of Leos are the type of people, right? If they're in love with you, or if they're with you, and they realize that they don't love you anymore, or they don't want to be with you anymore, they're gonna leave. They're gonna end the relationship quicker than all the other signs. They will end it immediately. If anything, they cannot continue to be fake. They cannot do that. They have to have the love or not. They're in or out. This is key for them. They're also leaders. Now, in astrology, we have leader signs: Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, and Aries. And they are the leader signs. They are the typical quintessential leaders of the zodiac, the way they operate as well. They lead in their field, for example. But Leo, all Leos are willing to take the leadership role, like automatically or naturally. They step up to that plate. They want it, they desire it, and they get it, because they are leaders. They are natural born leaders. They are the natural born leaders of the zodiac. There is no doubt about it. They lead from the front. They say how they feel, and they have the utmost respect. Like I said, it's pride, it's ego, it's dominance, it's royalty. It's fun and entertaining, it's likable. They lead from the front. Whatever, then they're not going to back down to any argument. They're going to show strength. They're going to show their willpower, because they have amazing willpower to obtain anything that they want to obtain as well. Their willpower is like a superpower for them, where they just manage to get what they want with pure will. It's very hard to, like, they don't back down. This is what it is with Leos. They don't back down easily, especially if they believe in something wholeheartedly. They will not back down, and they will fight for everything, and they'll get what they want ultimately. If they want something as well, they will obtain it. They say they're going to do something, they're going to do it, and they're not going to back down and lose, basically, because these guys are competitive, and they compete with everyone. They're competing with everyone. You might not notice it, you might not understand it, you might not see it, but they're competing with everyone. They generally are, checking who is got what, who is doing what, and they want to be better than them. They want to do better than them. They don't like it when someone's better than them. The only thing I would say with Leo is that if this competitive nature turns into jealousy, that's where it goes wrong. They're competing on a healthy way, where they're admiring someone and they want to do better than that person's doing. But if it becomes jealousy, like, I want that, I need that, I want that, why does that person have that and I don't have that? That's where they can go wrong. And that's where that jealousy isn't a natural trait for Leo, and it's not good for Leo. Not for anyone except Scorpio, because Scorpios are just naturally jealous. Not in the same way though, obviously, but Scorpios are competitive too. But Leos are competitive, and they want to, they just want to compete. They're that's why they're leaders. That's why they have major willpower, because their will make them compete and do better than you. They have to. But it's healthy for them. They need it. They need someone to, or everyone to understand, to not understand, to basically to see that they're doing good. If you're doing good, and they see you, they see that you see that they're good. They love that. Because why? Because they need attention. Attention is a big need for Leo, the biggest need. They love it. They love all eyes on them. They love people praising them. They love people talking to them. They need all the attention. They love, showing off. You know, they're big show offs. Like, there is no doubt about it. They're big show offs. Yeah, they need that attention. If they don't get attention, they're not happy. They're not happy. Men or women, doesn't matter. They need you to see what they're doing, how they're achieving. They want your praise. They want you to praise them. They want you to say, well done, good job. They want that. They might all be, some might say, no, I don't want it, but they do. They're lying. They like it. And yeah, it's nothing wrong with it, to be honest. For me, that's who you are. That's who Leos are. Leos need that attention. It's got big egos. And big egos need feeding. And they show off. If they got something, they got us. New trainers, new car, new house, new computer, new boyfriend, new girlfriend. Whatever it is they got, they're going to show it most of the time. Not all the time, though. Not all of them are like that. I'll say that not all of them are showy. All of them need attention, but not all of them are show-offs. But most of them are show-offs. Most of them are. Is what it is, I don't really see anything wrong with it. Again, they just like to. I call them stunty. They're stunty people. They like to stunt. They like to show what they have. And also, I'd say another thing about Leo, which I think is not so commonly known, is their warmth. They are like warm people. Like, when you actually really get close to a Leo, you see how they make you feel good or make you feel cozy and relaxed. Like, when you get close to them, they do know how to make you feel warm and cozy. They have a warm energy. Obviously, we're talking about Leo ruling the sun. The sun is the heat. It just warms you up, just makes you feel good. They even though they need their attention, they're competitive and stuff like that. That warmth comes out, that warmth. You feel safe. You feel secure. You feel like this Leo is good stuff. And yeah, they have just a warm energy. You just feel kind of comfortable with them in some ways, because they're so open. Leos are very, very open. They're an open book. They don't hide that much. They don't hide that much. I'm not saying they tell you everything, but they're very open in how they feel, what they think, what they want to do, etc., etc. They're very open with you. They're going to tell you many things about their life. You're going to know so much about them. They're going to talk, because they're open. They're not hiding. They're not reserved. They're exuberant. They're very much an exuberant sign, without any shadow of a doubt. So this is what Leo